I'm your host, Marsha Florence for Just Ask Podcast Live. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for always as on Thursdays, joining us for our unique program on Zoom. Now, let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. So, every 2 weeks when you see us, we always try to introduce you to a service or a program that you're not familiar with or you know very little about. So today, this one here touched my heart, like all of them do, but this one touched my heart because it's a need factor, and we want to make sure that people pay attention to get this resource because a lot of people are in need. So today we have the founder and director herself, Veronica Claybrone of Metropolitan Detroit Diaper Bank. Good afternoon, Ms. Claybrone.
Good afternoon, Marsha. If I can call you that.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you joining us today. Okay. Now, I have to, like I said, I gave that introduction because I want people to be aware that there's a service out here that some people know very little about. And let's start off with, tell us about yourself and how you started the Metropolitan Detroit Diaper Bank.
Yes, ma'am. I retired from work early and felt a void. And I've always wanted to have my own business. So I had a me file in my basement with everything that would help me start the business. When I retired, I went to my church, Carter Metropolitan CME Church on West Grand Boulevard in West Warren. And I started in the community, just helping with the community breakfast program that had gone on for more than 20 years. And from the breakfast program, it evolved into a lunch program. And the lunch program, we were training young men and women to get their Serve Safe certifications. If you were in high school, you could go into McDonald's and offer up and get a management job because you had the Serve Safe certification on a management level. That led until mothers coming to me asking me for milk for their babies. We worked with Forgotten Harvest and Cleaners. They brought out food on Wednesday and we did a pantry. But the rest 5 days a week, we did a luncheon. So I could watch and see the parents feeding the baby things the babies could not digest. Perhaps the day it really turned me all the way around when I saw a mother putting some punch in a baby's bottle, but it wasn't punch, it was Gatorade. So I dashed out of the kitchen. I stopped her from giving her the punch, and I said, "Why are you doing that?" And she said, "I don't have any milk." So we started to supply milk, and we evolved into a parent and baby club, and diapers were the biggest need that they had. So the Detroit area diaper bank was actually located in Canton, Michigan. So for several years, I drove out. Other people drove out from Diane Bird Johnson. She was a wonderful representative for Aetna. She drove out to Canton. We picked up diapers every month, and we brought them into the community. When Mary Beth decided that she was going to, well, she left Detroit and followed her husband on a business venture, I believe. However, it left the door open for me to open a bank here in Detroit. We're a member of the National Diaper Bank. So I contacted them and asked them, I said, "Mary Beth is leaving. Is there some way that I can get a diaper bank started and keep it in this area?" And they just assisted me and helped me to do that.
Okay. All right. That's a wonderful story. That is a very wonderful story. And I understand when you said the lady with the baby and the milk, touched your heart. I can understand how effective that was to, see something like that and knowing that it was something that was too strong for the baby system. So yeah,
Yes.
that can affect you a lot. So, okay. So now you started the diaper bank, and I know that there's other components along with this. So when we say diapers, we're not just talking about children.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're talking about incontinence issues also, because and seniors are not the only people that have incontinence issues.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just straighten this out, because lots and lots of people think that only seniors have incontinence. They don't. It's people that have babies that sometimes have a natural birth that leave them incontinent for a period of time. There's a lot of different reasons that can, health issues that can leave you incontinent. So the incontinence supplies, it includes other things other than diapers, or what we like to say with our seniors, paper lingerie. So we have also
Wait.
pads.
You said paper lingerie.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is that another name for the diapers?
That's another name for the diapers.
Okay,
So
all right.
some ladies and some men. I had a man that come to me and said, I don't use them. I don't use them. So it's very, very personal when you have incontinence problems, because in the elderly, it takes them back to being a baby. With a sophisticated person, which most of our clientele is, they want to look at themselves still on the level that they've always been on. It's extremely hard for men that have prostate problems or other issues to say that this is what they need. So I had a young man, he said, oh no, I'm just picking up on my wife. I'm just picking up on my wife. And then we had some really pretty pink paper lingerie to come in. And I gave it to him for his wife. And he looked at me with a sly look. And then I know they were for him.
Okay.
But he could not face that fact that that's what he needed. But there's all types of things. And I introduced him to the cup, because there's a cup that you can use. You don't have to use the diaper itself. There's other things that you can do. And we try to keep them in-house as much as we can, especially when we know someone is depending on us to supply them to them every month.
So what are some of the other supplies or programs you guys offer besides the diapers?
Well, there is a need for the younger mothers, the parents, to understand that the child needs to be potty trained by the age of 2, at least, to prepare them for early childhood programs. If your baby is wearing a size 5 or 6 diaper, it is either a big baby or it's an old baby. And when I say an old baby, that's when the baby is 2 and not potty trained.
Old enough
age
to be
2.
trained. Okay.
Old enough to be potty trained, and for whatever reason they're not. But we need to be preparing them for early childhood programs, which won't always let you bring your baby if they're not potty trained. If they're not toilet trained, they can't go into early childhood programs when you think they can. So we do offer virtual.
I'm sorry, you guys actually offer, and because we got a photo to come up. So let me go to one of these photos first, because I want you to finish this story. But this first photo that we have, what's this, Men in Motion?
Yes.
Men in Motion. What is that all about?
Men in Motion they were a part of our Boots on the Ground campaign. When the COVID pandemic hit, it took us by shock, like it did the rest of the world. However, we had to react quickly, because I'm looking at TV. We all saw the young lady from Ohio that was on TV crying because she couldn't find any diapers in the stores. The people that had money, they replenished the stock in the store. So if you didn't have money, by the time you did get to the stores, the shelves were empty. So we went into a rapid response. We created the Boots on the Ground campaign, and Men in Motion, they're a group of young men. Minnie Davis is their head sponsor, and she gives them a lot of guidance to get them where they need to go. We know young men need driver's license. We know the basic thing that young men need, and she helps them along their way. This group agreed, and they volunteered once a month to go on the west side of Detroit at St. Suzanne's Church, and they passed out diapers to the community. They were masked up. They were ready to go. They passed them out in an orderly fashion, and they would service anywhere between 100 to 125 babies every month.
Is this an ongoing program? Do they do this every month, or that was something that, took place once or twice?
No, we're still active. We do it on a monthly basis. It's still at St. Suzanne's, and it's still the Young Men in Motion that are doing it. Well, it's called it was a rapid response, but now this is a COVID relief, where we are helping the people that were in a better place or a different financial place before the virus.
Mhm.
And so we still do a monthly distribution at St. Suzanne's Church.
Okay.
It is, yeah, they still are actively doing it. And before that, they were actually working out of the Judge Mathis Center on Wyoming. So they are a West Side based program. That's our West Side location.
Okay, so someone can contact, and let's see, I know we have your number, so someone can they
Mhm,
contact you or go to your web and
mhm.
be able to find out more about that program?
We have a direct request line set up,
Okay,
and it is DetroitDiaperBank.com/diapers. If you go there, you will see a request form. It'll have all the locations, the time, the date, and all you do is pick one of those sites, fill out the form, and we will send you a reminder before your pickup is, and
mhm,
you just come and pick up your diapers. It's a curbside. What Young Men in Motion was doing was our curbside distribution, and
okay,
it is contactless. So
right.
I really emphasize, when you drive up in your car, just follow the volunteers' directions. We ask that you have your name in the window on a sheet of paper. When you drive through, we have a list of the diapers that you've requested. We put them in your truck and you're off.
Now, is this adult diapers and children?
Now, with the adults, it's a little different because right now we don't have delivery, but we're looking for volunteers that will deliver diapers. We're looking for agencies or groups that will be accountable for delivering diapers to our seniors.
Okay.
Most of our seniors have figured out a way, or they have a companion or someone, one of the senior services are picking up, a social worker or someone is picking up for them. But the way you get senior supplies is to call our senior hotline or referral request line at 313-955-6209. 955-6209 will take you directly to the senior hotline. If she doesn't pick up, just leave her a message and she'll definitely call you back.
All right. Now I want to look at this second picture that we had in motion. I think that was the teacher that you were
Mhm.
telling us about. So let me see.
Yes,
Do we have that picture? So this here is the potty. Is that the potty training chair?
that's the potty training chair. That's
Okay, and
that's the potty
that's the
training chair.
teacher. Okay, okay. So the teacher is actually packing them. Now, do you guys give out these potty training chairs to young families who are preparing their children for potty training? Is that how that's done?
Yes, it's a part of the potty training workshop. We do a workshop once or twice a month. It's virtual. Once you complete the workshop, we will give you a potty training kit. And in that kit will be the little potty that you see in her hand. It'll also be some training pants. Training pants are not underwear that you buy at Walmart. Training pants are normally thicker, and
Mhm.
they won't the baby won't wet all the way through all their clothes if they're using true training pants. So we give you training pants, we give you some disposable training pants, books to read to your baby, and a cardboard book for the baby to read to itself or look at the
Oh,
pictures while it's sitting on the potty. We have reward stickers and a reward chart that can hang on the baby's wall in the bedroom to let everyone know that they're successful at
that's
being
really
potty trained.
nice. That is
Yeah.
that's really nice. I mean, I could see how this is a rewarding program for you, and definitely allows the parents to feel that they don't have to try to find different ways to come up with money that they don't really have when they can
Yes.
actually be involved in a agency such as yours. And one thing about it too, I know you said you need volunteers. We would hope that those who are watching the program today would take in consideration and volunteer their time, even though we know we're under the COVID restrictions. Businesses still have to go on, services are still needed, and so it's important that we try to support programs such as yours. Now, this third picture that we're going to take a look at, I think this one is more or less, let's see, is this boots on the ground? That is a display table. Now, you guys set up these display tables, or where is this at?
This is at the warehouse. This is actually where we're in the new center U-Haul, and we actually have like 12 units there. And that's where we store our diapers. We have every size from small, petite for adults to 2X. For the babies, we start at premium. We go all the way through until the pull-ups and the training pants. It was just a display that we were setting up because we were doing some photos, some promotional photos that day. Mm-hmm. So it was just a display that they set up. Normally, when you go out, we will have a display like that at a vendoring event. Mm-hmm. But this was just done actually at the warehouse.
Well, that's a nice one. That's really a nice one. So, and then we have a picture of the volunteer workers. Now that one, I was like, okay, that warehouse, and is that the warehouse?
That's the warehouse. And that is a unit at the New Center U-Haul. We fill the diapers up to the top of the units because we get semi-trucks of diapers. So we're moving them in and we're moving them out. The National Diaper Bank gives us a deep discount. So we can afford most of the time to get semi-trucks of diapers.
That's wonderful. That is, I mean, I don't understand if somebody is not inclined to be wanting involved in this type of program. I don't know why not, because we're going to have both sides always in need, children as well as adults. And this is just a plus right here to see those things that are available to us. Especially if you really can't afford the diapers. Now, I know people have a stigma by the name diapers, but just like you just said a moment ago, what did you call the supplies when you gave it a nice name?
Paper lingerie.
Paper lingerie. Okay, so for those of you who are listening and watching, if you call Veronica Claybrone and the number's at the bottom of the screen, you would definitely can ask about what is it again?
Paper lingerie.
Paper lingerie. Okay, so people, if you gotta have a stigma about calling it diapers, call it paper lingerie, and that is a nice little touch to it, But like you said, anyone can have incontinence care at any time in life. It doesn't mean that you're of age and well, I'm old now, I can't control myself. No, you can have an accident, you can have kidney failure, bladder failure, all those types of things that can come about that can affect your body, that causes you have to, depend on a Depends. Okay. Right. And so we should get over that stigma. If you are a stoma patient and you have a colostomy bag, you no longer want to wear regular underwear because you don't want any leakage or spillage or stains. We need to get beyond what we think is considered like this is not normal, this is inhumane. We need to get past that, because there's a lot of people, these programs like yourself are created because there is a need, because there are a lot of people they are in need. Not all of a sudden out of nowhere, here comes somebody saying I need this. No, this is over years, over time and experience in learning and seeing what's needed. And so my hat is off to you. I really commend you for doing such a wonderful job with this. It's definitely a need there, definitely. So let me ask you this. So this time you're in need of volunteers.
Yes, I am. Yes, we always are. We have a huge warehouse. When we get that semi-truck of diapers, we need someone to help us to move it from the floor, from the loading dock up to the units that you just saw. So we have we only have, as a part of our team, 5 people. And we've only had 5 people. So I have a 5-person leadership team. But when we get big orders that come in or big donations that comes in, I'm always looking for volunteers to help take those diapers up and put them in place, because we have to have them separated by size, by brand. It's a lot of different ways that we have to do that. With the incontinence supplies, we also get pallets of incontinence supplies. So we might get a pallet of bed pads, we might get a pallet of toys. All of those things have to be put in the overflow units where they go. And I like neat and orderly. So you see where the pictures where my volunteers were standing, it was neat and orderly.
Oh yeah.
This is all going on without me actually being at the diaper bank. My boots on the ground team, I can only take my hats off to them. When this whole pandemic started, they said, please stay at home. Please do the grant writing. Please do the administrative things that we need. Connect us in the community. Set up the delivery. Set up everything that we need. You stay at home, and they hit the ground running. And
That's,
we never missed a distribution.
that's
The pandemic started in March. We did a distribution in March, and we kept going. We had already been in motion, so we just kept it moving. We kept it moving. With the incontinence supplies, though, I'd like to bring to the attention that if you don't get Medicaid, if you're on Medicare alone, you're not eligible for diapers. And if you are on Medicaid, you have a donut period between the time that you are approved and the time that you start getting supplies at your home. So feel free, give us a call. If you're a senior, at 313-955-6209 for any supplies that you may need. Some people just come to us for poise. Some people just come to us for bedpans, creams or lotions or things of that nature also.
So you guys have creams, lotions, and all. So you guys have a lot of stuff that takes care of the body.
Yes, we have to, because if you have an incontinent issue, your
Right.
skin breakdown could be severe. So we make good and so sure that we have enough supplies to help the seniors and people with incontinent supplies keep away from those rashes. We use the rash creams for the babies. You have to request it, because we just can't pass it out. Some people just put it in the closet. So if you request it, then it'll definitely be supplied if we have it on hand.
Okay, well, wonderful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do want you to know, if you missed the web address or the phone number down below for Veronica Claybrone, please go to our site, justasktalkshow.org, and you can give us a call, 1-800-323-5336. And definitely we'll forward all your questions or messages to Ms. Claybrone, so that you can say, hey, I missed the show, but I need the support. Or better yet, if you want to volunteer. Now, we always like to know that there's people who are interested in wanting to help and not sure how to. So today, Veronica Claybrone, your show is definitely one of those that deserves some additional support. There's a lot of young parents out there that are in need of baby supplies, as well as there's a lot of adults who are in need of incontinence care and feminine, whatever you call it. Okay. I'm just tickled by that. Okay. Such a way of saying things, but it's beautiful. Okay. And I don't want anyone to feel like that this is, nothing is beneath us. Nothing.
Yeah,
okay.
no.
What we have to get over is that if you want to continue to live as normal can be involved in something and get the right services to, better take care of yourself. If our ailments don't mean that they start when we get old. Our ailments can start young and carry on through our lives as we age. And the supplies and materials that we need are available, and people like yourselves have made the opportunities available for people who cannot afford those items. That is an honor, and altogether should be warm and welcoming to anyone who's paying attention today. There is someone definitely is going to make a call. So now, is there anything else? I do know that you told me something earlier about a period poverty awareness day. What is that?
Period. We offer period supply. We do pads, liners, and tampons as they become available. It is also a subject that most people don't talk about because it's very personal, but there is such a thing as period poverty. And in May, every year, it's an annual event, there is a light shined on that topic. Period poverty is really real. Girls are not going to school because they don't have the supplies. Working mothers, sometimes that don't have the supply, they don't go to work, which causes a cavalcade because the children might not be able to get to school, especially the early childhood age children, because the parent is not leaving the house. They're not going to take the child to the school more than likely. So it causes a cavalcade. There are so many different facets of this issue. We are working with Congress. The National Diaper Bank is working with Congress, and they have worked around the country to get the taxes taken off of feminine hygiene products. Wow. However, in the state of Michigan, we have not been successful yet. So we're looking to have that happen, and we're looking to be able to get supplies to everyone that needs them. There's no need for you to suffer in silence any longer. You can just give us a call at the number that I keep repeating, the 356 number that's on the screen,
Okay.
or you can feel free to go to the online system, DetroitDiaperBank.com/diapers. If you scroll down, you will see that you can make a request at any of the 11 for period supply products also. Um,
So you say
yeah.
every May, every year in May, there is a event or a giveaway. What is it?
Well, we're working on that now because of the COVID, but we normally do a big event where we would pass out the supplies, and it's a vendoring event where we would have popcorn, hot dogs, all types of stuff. But the main effort is to make people aware that it is a need in the community for period supply, and educate those that don't know why that need is there. There is so there I just get kind of tied up
Well,
trying to talk about
you
this
know what?
because of the
I'm gonna tell you something, Veronica. You are a woman of power. I mean, you've given a wealth of information and support to so many that
Mhm.
people need to give back to you as well. Because we appreciate just hearing your story today and knowing that you're trying to take care of a need that's ongoing. This is not a one-time situation that people go through. This
Yeah.
is a lifetime situation, and it's generation to generation. And just it's just time to give back. So before we wrap up, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to look down below the screen and look at the phone number and the web address down below. So if you have questions for Veronica Claybrone, you can contact her that way by the web or by the phone number. And definitely our phone number, 1-800-323-5336, or email me at Marcia@JustAskTalkShow. So Veronica, we're going to wrap up, but will you come back and join us again?
I surely will. And I just have to say before we leave that when you go to DetroitDiaperBank.com, which is my webpage, please push that button on the donation page.
Okay. Not a problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on our bi-weekly Thursday special, you know who I am. I'm your host, Marsha Florence for Just Ask. And what do I always say? If you know a person with a disability, or if you just have a general question, don't be afraid to ask. Just Ask. I'm your host. See you next time.